Back here at Champion Car Wash Field as we get ready for Game 2 of today's broadcast. We've got coming up for you a conversation that we had with Logan Shipman that are another series of our player interviews for you here this summer. Our attempt is going to be to try and talk to every player on the Doc Stewart's roster this year. That'll be the hope that we get that opportunity to do so. Always trying to time it out with all of the interviews is always a fun process there. Welcome you back. Game 2 broadcast just about to get started here with our second game of the night. Teams are getting a little bit loose, but we still have some more warm-ups and break here in between. And while we wait for the second game of our broadcast to get underway, we bring you the conversation that we had with Logan Shipman here on The Score.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you can be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Back here at Champion Car Wash Field as we get ready for Game 2. This is our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Again, that is Roseburg Disposal, 673-7122. Well, as we get ready for Game 2, reminder, Game 1 was a victory for Medford here in Roseburg. The Mustangs winning 7-2. Let's take a look at your starting lineup for the Medford Mustangs as they will take the field batting, or they will come up to bat first. It's your Southern Septic Service starting lineup. In the leadoff spot is Cade Pedersen in center field. Mason Snopel in left field will bat second. Easton Douglas, the DH here in Game 2, hitting third. They swapped Pedersen and Douglas in the lineup. Sean McFall will bat cleanup, starting at third base again. Blake Petro is at first base, batting fifth. Morgan Austin, the shortstop, will bat sixth. In the 7 hole is the right fielder, Brady Patterson. The catcher for Game 2 will be Grady Sickler. He'll bat eighth, and Keegan Painter, the 9-hitter, starts at second base for the Mustangs. The DH being utilized for starting pitcher Jake Lewis. Taking a look at the Doc Stewarts defensively here in Game 2. Behind the plates, once again, it's pretty much very similar to Game 1. You just swap two players out there. Mason Young will be behind the plate for Game 2 once again. Danner Wirtz out at first base. Tegan Sprague at second base. On the left side of the diamond, it's Logan Anderson at third and Paxton Burke at short. In the outfield from left to right, it's Quinn Gaylor, Christian Corba, and Hayden Thompson. And they'll look to support starting pitcher in Game 2. That will be Wade Molitor. We'll have a look at Wade's numbers here coming up as the team getting ready to take the field. We'll get ready ourselves here in the booth, finishing up our lineup cards. And the players down there getting stretched, getting loose, grabbing a quick bite to eat, and getting ready for the second game of today's doubleheader. For Wade Molitor, this will be his 6th appearance on the mound this summer. It's his 3rd start. He currently has a 2-0 win-loss record, a 1.75 ERA, 10 strikeouts to just 5 walks for the youngster that'll be a freshman at Roseburg High School coming up next year. He is a lefty. The reports on him that I found online prior to the season that his fastball clocked in the low 80s at its maximum velocity. 68-mile-per-hour curveball, 73-mile-per-hour changeup. He definitely does not have the build of a freshman. He looks older than he is, but he was a fun interview to talk to. He's a very mature freshman, incoming freshman, soon to be 14-year-old, and he gets the baseball for Game 2 of today's doubleheader. So we'll see how Wade does for the Docs out there on the mound as they try to get at least one here today against the Mustangs. Taking a look at your game time temperature here in Roseburg. Sun's still out, still casting some shadows across the diamond, and things have not cooled off all that much. National Weather Service telling us it's 85 degrees in Roseburg with blue skies overhead. Shadows starting to creep out of the left field corner across the diamond. We are getting things going here just a little after 7 o'clock, so presumably we will have the lights on eventually here at Champion Car Wash Field as Game 2 starts to wrap up in a little while. We'll see how things go, how late we play into the evening here. Doc Stewart's trying to get at least one against Medford here today. They do still have the one game that was suspended in the third inning with the Doc Stewarts leading 1-0. And again, no word on a possible makeup for that one as of yet. We will pass that along as soon as we do get that information, once the coaches agree to that situation. And I guess there is that distinct possibility that maybe it does not end up mattering in the long run. And so we'll see how it goes. First pitch of the ball game comes in at 7:14. And here we go. Game 2 tonight here at Champion Car Wash Field. Wade Molitor on the mound facing Cade Pedersen. Lefty-lefty battle here. The 0-1 pitch fouled off for strike 2. The 0-2 pitch for Molitor. Oh. Pitch hits him. Just must have barely touched him. But Pedersen threw the bat away right away. And home plate umpire here for Game 2, Austin Stone, threw up his hands right away. So must have been obvious to those guys. As up here in the booth, it was not all that evident on that hit by pitch. Down at first base will be Pedersen. Leadoff man aboard here in Game 2. With nobody out, Mason Snopel will bat. Does square to bunt. Tries to push it down the first base side. It goes foul past the dugout on the first base side for the Medford Mustangs. Strike 1. Doc Stewart's saw a 2-game winning streak come to an end. Not really a win streak till you get to 3, but you get to what I'm saying. As another bunt attempt by Snopel is fouled off. Bedford hot right now. They've won 7 straight. Six of those wins coming in Reno at the 4th of July Classic that they played in. Docs played in Corvallis, got in 4 games up there, went 2-2 and finished in 4th place in the tournament standings. 0-2 count to Mason Snopel, second straight batter that Wade has gotten to an 0-2 count. That ball hit out towards right center, and diving attempt by Hayden Thompson. He came up short, and it'll be a chance at a double sliding in head first. A double for Mason Snopel, runners at second and third. First hit of the ball game, and Medford in business here in Game 2. An opportunity to try and strike first. They trailed 2-0 against the Docs in Game 1 before they rallied back and came back to win. 2 runners on. Easton Douglas will bat here, the DH. Hit batter, and now a double. Douglas will step in and an RBI opportunity. Lefty-lefty battle again. And it's in for a strike. Docs have had a couple of attempts on balls to the outfield that not sure that's exactly what the coaches would have liked to have seen, especially early in this game. Hayden Thompson tried to maybe just limit it to a single. But he made the dive attempt. Good job by Christian Corbett to get there to back up the play. As a ball off the turf, evens up the count, 1-1 for Douglas. Mason Young behind the plate, keeping the ball in front of him. The runners hold. At third base, Cade Pedersen, good runner. Does a great job covering in the outfield. If that ball goes by, you better believe he's going to be looking to break home. The 1-1 from Molitor. Ground ball right side. This should drive in one. Sprague will get the out at first. It's an RBI ground out for Douglas. Pedersen comes in to score. Mason Snopel goes up to third as Easton Douglas grounds out to second base. One away. Sean McFall will bat, the third baseman.
Next batter, number 18, Sean McFall.
So with one down, there's a man at third for the Mustangs here in the first inning. Sean McFall. Game one went with just one hit and 4 plate appearances. Trying to start out a little hotter here in game two. Takes at the knees for strike one. Wade, one out. He's given up one hit. The hit batter to lead off the inning has come around to score. The 0-1 pitch. Sharp comebacker gets by up the middle. And that'll drive in the second run of the game for the Mustangs. Sean McFall gets back on his hitting ways, has an RBI single. That brings in Mason Snopel. It's 2-0. Medford in front. Still just one out with a man at first. The 5-hitter in the lineup, Blake Petro, will bat. As did they bring in a runner at first base for Sean McFall? First pitch low and inside, ball one against Blake Petro. No, Sean McFall stays in. They must have just had somebody head out there to grab his gear and bring it back to the dugout. Molitor, the 1-0 pitch. Misses the inside corner low. 2-0 count for Petro. Starting lineups were brought to you by Southern Septic Service. From residential to commercial, Southern Septic Service has your behind covered. Get a free no-obligation estimate today for your septic, grease trap, and portable toilet needs. Visit SouthernSepticServiceInc.com. A ball lifted high in the air out towards left field, and it is dropped by Quinn Gaylor. Runners will move up, and runners at second and third. Quinn Gaylor out in left field. Felt like a routine fly ball out his direction. Seemed like he maybe misjudged it a little bit on how deep it was, but he felt like he recovered. He was in and out of the shadows out there, but the drop fly ball will be an error for the Doc Stewarts, and it puts runners at second and third. Still just one out. The defense does not help out Wade Molitor there. Petro ended up at second base on the dropped fly ball. Infield will play halfway in as a ground ball, second base. It's picked up by Sprague, and it's another RBI ground out for the Mustangs. They lead it 3-0. Morgan Austin comes through with the RBI. 2 down. Sean McFall comes in to score. Blake Petro is up to third. 3-0. Medford in front here early on with 2 down. 2 hits here in the first inning, 1 error for the Docs, and a hit batter. Brings up Grady Sickler, the right fielder, seeing his first action on the day. Takes a pitch that must have carried off the inside corner.
Grady Sickler.
A 1-0 pitch from Molitor. That ball's hit in the air out towards left field. Quinn Gaylor this time will have a read on it. He uses 2 hands and will squeeze it in to finish things off. Docs will get through the first inning, but 3 runs from Medford come in. 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. 3 on the board for the Mustangs. We head to the bottom of the first. Docs coming up the bat on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
lineup for Jake Lewis.
Go to the bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at your Southern Septic Service starting lineup for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. Leading off is Paxton Burke, the shortstop. Logan Anderson at third base, batting second. Hitting third, Christian Corba in center field. Danner Wirtz, the first baseman, bats cleanup. Tegan Sprague at second base will hit fifth. Hayden Thompson in right field, batting sixth. Wade Molitor, the pitcher, will bat seventh. Mason Young, the catcher, hitting eighth. And rounding out the starting nine will be Quinn Gaylor in left field. Defensively for Medford, behind the plate is going to be Brady Patterson. Out at first base, Blake Petro. Keegan Painter at second, left side of the diamond. Sean McFall at third. Morgan Austin at short. In the outfield from left to right, it is Mason Snopel, Cade Pedersen, and Grady Sickler. They'll look to support their starting pitcher. On the mound is Jake Lewis. The right-hander will misfire outside high for ball one as he faces Paxton Burke, the switch hitter, batting left-handed. Here in the bottom of the first, 3-0 lead for Medford. A pitch outside again from Lewis, 2-0 count. Paxton going hitless in game one. That is a rarity this year. 2-0 pitch, takes high and away, 3-0 count. Jake Lewis falling behind against the leadoff man for the Dr. Stewarts. In for a strike on the 3-0 pitch. Jake Lewis out of South Medford High School, headed to Warner Pacific College after graduating this spring. Earned second team All-Southwest Conference honors as a pitcher for the Panthers. He gets a swing and a miss out of Burke on the 3-1 offering. And Jake Lewis back into the at-bat, the 3-2. Swing and a miss by Burke. Tough day at the plate for the Doc's leadoff man. Burke will strike out. It'll bring up Logan Anderson. Nice job by Lewis there to battle his way back after falling behind 3-0. He ends up with the strikeout. Anderson takes high for ball one. Logan in game one of this twin bill was 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch his first time. He takes the 1-0 pitch for a strike. Jake Lewis, 1-1 pitch. Misses low and outside, a 2-1 count. Starting lineups always brought to you by Southern Septic Service. Visit SouthernSepticServiceInc.com for a free no-obligation estimate on your septic, grease trap, and portable toilet needs. 2-1 to Anderson. Ground ball right side. In front of it, down to a knee. Keegan Painter. Sidearm sling over to first base. 2 down. Logan Anderson will ground out. Now Christian Corba will come up to bat.
Center fielder Christian Corba.
Corba had a hit on the infield in his first at-bat in game one, his only hit of the day. 2 down, nobody on base for the Docs, trailing 3-0. The first pitch off speed high for ball one by Lewis. Brady Patterson back behind the dish, catching here in game two. Takes over for Easton Douglas, who was back there in game one. Strike called, 1-1 count. Corba check swing, hits it to the on-deck circle for the Mustangs on the first base side. And he's behind the ball and 2 strikes. Out of the windup for Lewis, the 1-2. Misses and goes all the way to the backstop, 2-2 count. Two balls, 2 strikes with 2 down and nobody on here in the bottom of the first. Corba, ground ball left side, playing back on it, McFall. And he will rifle across the diamond over to Blake Petro at first base for the final out here in the first inning. Doc Stewarts go down in order. Jake Lewis on the mound had to work a bit through it, but he gets them 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. It's 3-0 Medford in the lead as we head to the top of the second. Game 2 of our doubleheader on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Top of the second inning, Wade Molitor delivers low and outside, ball one, as the Mustangs lead it 3-0. Brady Patterson, Keegan Painter, and then the top of the order, Cade Pedersen up to bat here in the second. The 1-0, ground ball right side. Tegan Sprague in and out of his glove. His throw to first is late. Well, here in game 2, it's been a couple of routine plays so far that have just gone sideways for the Doc Stewarts. That was a pretty easy ball to first base or to second base there. Took a nice high hop up right around knee to mid-thigh for Sprague, and it just in and out of his glove. Second error in the game for the Doc Stewarts. A runner at first with nobody out here in the second. Keegan Painter, tough out in game 1, had 3 hits. Drove in 3 runs. Bats in the 9 spot. Looking to swing away, and he takes the first pitch for a strike from Molitor. Wade with an 0-1 count. Taking some time to get the call here from Mason Young behind the plate. Finally gets settled on a pitch. The 0-1, high and away. 1-1 count. 2 hits and an error in that first inning. A hit batter in there as well. And that cost the Docs 3 runs as Medford would jump out to the early lead. 1-1 count here from Molitor. Checks first where the runner takes a small lead and the pitch is just a bit elevated. A 2-1 count. Wade with a 2-1 pitch facing Keegan Painter. Runner takes off, hit and run on, but the ball fouled down the first base side, out of play for strike 2. Back to first will go the runner at first. Let's double check who's down there. Running at first base for the catcher. That's Ryan McFall, who's come in to run out there. 2-2 count here for Painter. Molitor delivers in, and the pitch is high and away. Count goes full. This broadcast of Doc Stewart's Baseball brought to you by Dr. Alanson Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Call 541-378-6694 or visit drrandall.com. Wade's 3-2 pitch, fouled back. Keegan Painter will stay alive. Getting just underneath the baseball on one top of the zone. Full count pitch coming up here for the 9-hitter with a runner on at first after an error to start things off here in the second. Molitor delivers home. Again, fouled away by Painter as he stays alive. Battle continues. Top of the order, waiting on deck, Cade Pedersen. Reached on a hit-by pitch to start out the ball game. Came around to score the first run of the game for the Mustangs. 3-2 pitch. Wade delivers in, and it will hit Keegan Painter. And the umpires are going to get together here. Might be ruling whether or not Painter leaned into that one. Did ride in on him from the lefty to the righty. So they do come to the conclusion that it was a hit-by pitch for Painter, so he is on at first. Second hit batter for Wade here today. Patterson, excuse me, that's Ryan McFall running for Brady Patterson. Out at second base. Keegan Painter at first. And with nobody out, top of the order coming up. And we've got time called here. The umpire, Austin Stone, heading over to talk, well, actually over to get some new baseballs. Got the Docs catcher and pitcher and third baseman Logan Anderson all meeting. And then Medford had all of their guys get together down the first base side as well. Coach John King to talk with his players out there. They settle on what they want to do here in this situation. 2 runners on with nobody out. Pedersen at the plate. Wouldn't be surprised if we see some more small ball, and that's what Pedersen tries to do, but he fouls it away into the netting. Breeze continues to blow around here at the ballpark. It hasn't been too breezy of a day out there, but right now picking up just a bit. The American flag in center field blowing straight in as we make our way towards the twilight hours. With nobody out, 0-1 pitch, squaring to bunt. Pedersen waits. They back pick down to second base, and out at second. Ryan McFall picked off out at second base. The Docs will get an out. The lead runner cut down out at second. So caught, picked off out at second base. Sneaking in behind there was Paxton Burke, the shortstop. 1 away. It's a 1-1 count for Pedersen at the dish. He'll take high, a 2-1 count. Two-one count for Molitor facing the leadoff man. The runner going. Throw down to second base is offline this time for Mason Young. And out to second base will go Keegan Painter with stolen base. 3-1 count at the plate for Cade Pedersen. Here was the runner caught, picked off out at second by Young. Nice job there as the Docs get the out. But now the Mustangs will have a runner in scoring position again. This ball fouled away. Strike 2 here for Pedersen. 3-2 count. Cade Pedersen looking to get on base for a second time. Molitor's 3-2. Ground ball fouled away. Medford making him work for it. Wade's had to throw a number of pitches here today. Once again, Molitor will try the 3-2. Ooh, man, that pitch was close, but ball 4. Docs fans all groaning on that one, wanting the strike 3 call against Pedersen, who gets on base for a second time. For Wade, that'll be the first walk. He's hit 2 batters, but first walk. And that's going to prompt a visit out to the mound here for, that is pitching coach A.J. Doolittle. try to calm down his youngster on the mound. Wade's looked good, but you got to remember he is just a 14-year-old who is heading into high school, and he is definitely still a youngster learning the game. They break up the conference on the mound with a break in the action. Let you know today's game brought to you by Gibbs RV Superstore. You got to get to Gibbs, where RV means real value. Runners at first and second, one away. Not a lot of buzz in the ballpark right now. Doc's trying to get maybe a little bit of momentum, a little energy back into the ballpark here. They need to maybe get some defense here to support Wade and try to get things rolling. Then they got to get the bats going. Up to bat will be Mason Snopel with 2 on and 1 away in the first pitch called strike on the outside corner. 3-0, Medford in front. We're in the top of the second inning in Game 2 of our doubleheader. Wade's 0-1 pitch to Snopel. Called strike 2. First time in a while, Wade out in front here. No balls and 2 strikes. Snopel stands back in. He had a double his first time up. Throw down to third. Did they get the out? No. Tag not in time by Anderson. So runner out at second base taking off early. Painter gets in just in the nick of time. Anderson slapping down the tag right on Painter's back and ruled just a hair late. Stolen base. Staying at first base was Pedersen. So stolen base puts runners on the corners. 0-2 count. It's high to Snopel. At first base is Pedersen. He's got good speed. Painter at third at good speed over there. With 1 out. Wade looking for a ground ball here. See if his infield can get him out of this one with a double play. That pitch misses inside. Snopel twisting his way out of the direction of that pitch. Got all twisted up with his feet. Leaning out over the plate as that ball cut in and undercut his legs. 2-2 count. Molitor comes set. Runners on the corners, and he'll step off. And stepping out at the box is Snopel. Game feels like it has slowed down to a crawl here. 2-2 count. Strike 3 called. Snopel goes down looking. Big punch out there for Wade Molitor, his first in the ballgame. 2 away. Runners at first and third. 2 down on the strikeout. And up to bat will be Easton Douglas, who grounded out to second. Drove in a run back in the first. That drove in the first run of the game for the Mustangs. Put them up 1-0. They currently lead at 3-0. We're in the top of the second. Wade's first pitch, fouled off. So far, Medford making contact. They got a couple of hits. 2 hits in this one so far. They've been able to foul off a lot of pitches, making Wade throw quite a few. They just haven't been able to barrel up a ton so far. The 0-1 pitch by Molitor hits the outside corner, called strike 2. And once again, he's out in front of one of the Mustangs hitters. Douglas staring to the dugout here for the signal from his coach with runners at first and third. Taking off, Wade will look the runner. Now the runner breaking from home. Throw to the plate by Burke. The tag, no. The ball comes out of the glove for Mason Young. And Young slow to get up. Young already dealing with an injury. He will walk this one off here. Coming out of the dugout here is Coach Cody Walton to check on his catcher. I don't think this will officially go down as a mound visit here, as Coach Walton out there talking with Mason Young, who's out at the mound with Wade Molitor. So a run comes in to score on the double steal, and going all the way around to third is Pedersen. Molitor tried to run him back to a bag, and then through to Burke. Burke, seeing the runner breaking for home, through to the plate. If Mason Young had been able to hang on to it, he might have had a chance to make the out at home. But the ball popped loose, and Mason seems to be all right enough to stay in this game. He's already a bit banged up, and he's just taking a bit more of a beating back behind the plate. A run comes in to score for Medford. It's 4-0. It's an 0-2 count for Mason Snopel. Man at third with 2 down. Snopel will hit one out towards right field. Coming in is Thompson. He snags it out of the air, and that retires the side. Medford sends 5 hitters to the plate. They are able to scratch out another run. They lead it 4-0. We go to the bottom of the second here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
At Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Medford with 1 run on no hits. There are no errors for the Doc Stewarts, and 1 man left on base there in the 2nd inning, top half. Go to the home half of the 2nd here as the Doc Stewarts will come up to bat, looking to try and get some sort of offense and energy going here at the ballpark. Jake Lewis will fire a strike on the outside corner to Danner Wirtz, who will lead things off. Wirtz, Sprague, and then Thompson due up. The 0-1 to Wirtz. Breaking ball that he holds up on his swing and ends up getting called strike 2. Lewis's 0-2 pitch, high and inside. Wirtz trying to lead off things here in the 2nd for the Docs. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Out in front on an off-speed pitch. 1 away for the Stewies on the 2nd strikeout in the game for Lewis. Tegan Sprague will bat. Sprague aggressive in his at-bats in game 1. At least twice in his 3 trips to the plate did he put the ball in play on the first pitch and was thrown out at first. First pitch from Lewis. This time Sprague takes for ball 1. Today's game brought to you by Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC. A 1-0 count. Sprague fouls it over the right side. A breaking ball just past the grandstands behind the Mustangs dugout on the first base side. Sprague with a 1-1 count. Believe it was Isaiah Blankenship, who's been called up from Pepsi. I believe he was in the bullpen warming up as a foul ball hit towards the Mustangs dugout again. A ball and 2 strikes now for Sprague. He'll dig back into the dugout with 1 out and nobody on. Breaking ball high and inside, ducking out of the way Evens up the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Graffiti weekend getting ready to happen here. Things getting started today. Just a couple of events. Tomorrow things really start rolling. You can hear some of the muscle cars going by here at the ballpark. That pitch inside, buzzing back Sprague. He leans out of the way and has a full count. Coming up tomorrow starting at noon on one of our sister stations, 104.5 Sam FM. You can tune in for classic graffiti music as you cruise around. That'll be coming up tomorrow. Yours truly will be on the microphone to get things started. 3-2 pitch. Sprague hits it right side. That ball down the line. Drops in fair. Sprague taking a turn. He's looking to try and go for 2. He's racing in. Head first slide. And there we go. Doc Stewart's with their first hit of the game. And a little bit of hustle out there. Tegan Sprague into second base. A double for Sprague to get things going here in the second inning. Docs have a man in scoring position with 1 out. Hayden Thompson will come up to bat, trying to see if he can keep the action going. Thompson stands in. He did have a hit in the opener. Thompson was 1 for 2, a walk and a single. He did score a run. He bats here for the first time in Game 2, facing Jake Lewis for the first time, and time called before the first pitch. Sprague out at second base after a hustle double. Hayden Thompson at the plate. He squares the bunt. Will take low for ball 1. Might have been just a testing the water scenario there for Thompson. Doc's already trailing 4-0. Still early, so you could play some small ball, try to scratch out a run, but with 1 out, trailing by 4, might see if Thompson now looks to swing away. He does and will. He grounds one towards second. It'll at least move the runner up, but he's thrown out at first. As Keegan Painter comes in, handles the ball that was hit off the handle there for Thompson. 2 away. Up to third base goes Tegan Sprague. Wade Molitor will get a chance to bat here in the 7th spot in the order. We did see some activity in the bullpen for the Docs, but they don't make a change yet. Molitor, 2 hits in Game 1. Takes on the outside corner. A strike to get his at-bat started. The 0-1 pitch. Wade will take strike 2. Tegan Sprague at third. Docs with 1 hit in the game, his double that got him on base here in the second inning. Jake Lewis 0-2 pitch. Wade will send one in the air left side. Should be playable for Mason Snopel, who squeezes it for the final out. So the Mustangs able to pitch around a 1-out double by Tegan Sprague. No runs, the 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 4-0, we head to the top of the third here in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Medford leading 4-0 on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Heading to the top of the third inning here at Champion Car Wash Field. Today's game brought to you by Roseburg Country Club. Established in 1922, offering an 18-hole course with excellent year-round playability. Find out more at roseburgcountryclub.com. Docs have Wade Molitor out for his third inning. He's only allowed 2 hits in this ball game, but 4 runs have come in for Medford. Docs will have a day off coming up tomorrow. It's their first day off in 8 days. They took on the Central Oregon Sunwest Generals in a league doubleheader last Wednesday, and then immediately turned around and headed to Corvallis for the Star Spangled Tournament. Played 4 days straight up there, came back, played 2 days in a row against the Wasilla Road Warriors, and now wrapping up the stretch with back-to-back games here today against the Medford Mustangs. First pitch fouled away, strike 1 for Sean McFall, who had an RBI single up the middle in the first inning. 1 of 2 hits for the Mustangs in this one. 0-1 pitch, fouled back for strike 2. Wade comes out here. He's looking a little bit more fired up, I think. He seems like he's pitching with some confidence. Hopefully that can continue. He's got the 0-2 count against McFall. McFall hit one left side, and it will get through. Diving attempt by Paxton Burke was not going to keep him off the bases. McFall on for a second time. And Sean McFall making up for a 1-for-4 day in game 1. Started out the game with a couple of fly ball outs, grounded into a fielder's choice, and then finally got a single in his final at-bat. He's kept it going with back-to-back singles here to start out game 2. First pitch low behind the plate. Mason Young able to handle that one. Young staying in the game after getting dinged up on a play at the plate. Had Keegan Painter sliding in on him. The 1-0, pick-off throw to first as the runner takes off. Throw down to second. Can't get the tag down in time. Sean McFall will steal second base. After the throw went to first, Danner tried to rifle it down to second base, but the throw on the wrong side of the bag. Long way to go on the tag for Paxton Burke. Sweeping breaking ball will cut in for a strike against Blake Petro here. Big first baseman. Petro out of Cascade Christian. He's class of 2028. He's a youngster as well. Big kid. He gets underneath the ball, lifts it high in the air out towards left field on the run. Quinn Gaylor over his head. He makes the catch and will get it back in quickly. Reaching up overhead. Gaylor let one drop earlier, but this time he makes up for it with a big grab on a ball that looked like it was going to get over his head to the wall. So Gaylor tracks it down. He was an all-league outfielder during the spring season with the Sutherland Bulldogs. He's a youngster, just wrapped up his freshman campaign. This time, didn't need to think about it, just reacting as an athlete out there in left field, and he makes the play, 1 away. That brings up Morgan Austin, the shortstop, grounded in to an out at second base, but drove in a run. He hits a line drive shot that'll get into left field. Gaylor will get to it. The runner will score from second on a single to left field. Austin has his second RBI of the game, and Medford now leads it 5-0. A 1-out single. 4th hit in the game for the Mustangs. Coming around to score, Sean McFall from second. Now Grady Sickler, the right fielder, will get a chance to bat. He's 0 for 1.
Now batting the Grady Sickler.
Morgan Austin on at first. Molitor delivers. That ball hit up the middle for a base hit into center field. And Wade had come in pretty sharp this year, but Medford's bats starting to heat up against him second time through the order. Sickler, a grounder back up the middle. Runners at first and second. No activity in the bullpen at the moment for the Stewies. We did see, I believe it was Isaiah Blankenship that was warming up earlier on. Brady Patterson will step in to bat next after a brief meeting between Mason Young, the catcher, and Wade Molitor. Brady Patterson out of North Medford High School, be a senior next year, earned second-team All-Southwest Conference honors as a catcher. Squares to bunt, will take outside. – 1-0 count. The lefty Molitor facing the lefty Patterson. He'll take a breaking ball low and away again. 2-0 count. Patterson reached on an error in the second inning, pulled one towards second baseman Tegan Sprague, and it just didn't stick in his glove. Another visit out to the mound. Not sure if Young and Molitor are not on the same page possibly there, and Mason heads out to clear things up with the young pitcher. Two balls, no strikes. 1 out and 2 runners on base for the Mustangs. Low and outside again, and the count goes to 3-0. That's been basically the same pitch all 3 deliveries here for Brady Patterson. Things cooling down here at the ballpark as the shadows are starting to cast across the diamond. Ball in for a strike on the 3-0 delivery from Molitor. Left field is mostly in the shadows, just slivers of sunshine out there. Left side of the infield also in the shadows. 3-1 pitch, popped up. Might be playable in foul territory for Logan Anderson. He's tracking that one, makes the catch. Runners all hold. And a nice job for Wade to get the out after falling behind 3-0, inducing the pop-up in foul territory. Logan Anderson making the play. And there's 2 down with runners at first and second. Brings up the 9-hitter Keegan Painter. He's been a tough guy to get out. Got hit by a pitch and scored a run in the second inning. First pitch to Painter. Fouled back for strike 1. This broadcast of Doc Stewart's Baseball brought to you by Waldron's Outdoor Sports, your locally owned hunting, fishing, and outdoor sports headquarters. Check out their new location. You can find them on Northeast Stevens in Roseburg. The 0-1 pitch from Molitor. Grounder towards third, snagged by Logan Anderson. Throw across the diamond, not in time. Anderson stumbling at third base, couldn't quite get to his feet. Initially, he thought about trying to go to third, it seemed like, to try and get the force out there, but he just couldn't quite get his feet to stay underneath him. And he wasn't getting his wheels going to third base in time to try and beat Morgan Austin there. So then he makes the late decision to try and go across the diamond to get Keegan Painter at first, and it just was not in time. So an infield single for Painter. Bases are loaded, 1-0 count for Cade Pedersen as he takes high. Pedersen lifts one in the air to right field. Going back, Hayden Thompson makes the grab to finish off the inning. Medford leaves the bases loaded. Docs get out of it. 1 run will come in on 3 hits. Make that 4 hits here in the third inning. There were no errors for the Doc Stewarts. And 3 runners left on base. Medford has scored in every inning so far. They've built a 5-0 lead. Docs coming up in the bottom of the third here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes!
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Batter for the Docs to lead off the bottom of the third inning. Number 2, Mason Young.
Docs with some work to do here as we start the bottom of the third inning, trailing 5-0 against Medford. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Mason Young at the plate takes the first pitch for strike one from Jake Lewis. It'll be Mason Young, Quinn Gaylor, and Paxton Burke due up here in the third inning for the Stewies. 0-1 pitch. Check swing, held up. It's outside, 1-1 count. 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third for Medford. They lead it 5-0. 1-1 to Mason, high and inside, a 2-0 count. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on The Score. Two-one pitch is low and outside, and Mason Young ahead. 3 balls and a strike in his first at-bat in the game. Jake Lewis delivers low for ball 4. Sun is kind of casting some glare on the netting behind home, and home plate is in the shadows. So I thought that pitch was a lot lower than it was, but definitely missed the zone. And Mason Young draws the walk. First walk issued by Jake Lewis. Easton Bachmeyer will be the courtesy runner for Mason Young, the catcher. So Bachmeyer will head down to first base. Quinn Gaylor, the left fielder. Left-handed batter stands in. He hits in the 9 spot. First pitch. That's a line drive past a diving attempt by Sean McFall at third. Heading for third base goes Bachmeyer. Gaylor into second base. It's a double, and the Doc Stewart's a little bit of momentum going here in the third inning. Nobody out. Runners at second and third. Quinn Gaylor delivers a double down the third base line. That'll be just the second hit in the game for the Docs. They've both been doubles. And there's runners at second and third as the top of the order comes up to bat. Going opposite field there for Gaylor. That one right down the line. Sean McFall tried to grab it, but it got by him. Strikeout the first time up for Burke. He lifts one to left field. It's not very deep. Tagging is Bachmeyer. He's going to break for home. The throw coming in will get cut off and not make its way to the plate. RBI on the sac fly for Paxton Burke. I didn't think that was going to be quite deep enough, but out in left field, Mason Snopel, his throw. One hops to the third baseman,
Number 4,
who cuts it off.
Anderson.
So one away. Docs get one on the board. They trail 5-1. Logan Anderson will try to see if he can help them cut down the deficit. He's got a man in scoring position, a base hit. Could get a second run up there for the Docs. Jake Lewis, breaking ball, hits the corner for strike one. Broadcasting Doc Stewart's Baseball here on The Score. It's brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza at the corner of Bellows and Harvard. Mountain Mike's. It's pizza the way it ought to be. The 0-1 delivery for Lewis. Swing and a miss by Anderson. Out at second base, Quinn Gaylor after the double down the third base and left field side. Docs break the shutout with just their second hit in the game, scoring their first run on the sac fly by Paxton Burke. Anderson, ground ball towards short. Gaylor moves up to third as they get Anderson at first base. Austin across to Petro. 2 away. And it'll bring up Christian Corba.
For the Docs, number 1, Christian Corba.
Corba bats with 2 down. Last time up, he grounded out to third as a part of a 1-2-3 first inning. Corba will look for his first hit in the game to drive in a second run for the Docs. First pitch fouls it off. It will get out of play for strike one. Again, we remind you that the alumni game coming up on Friday at 7 o'clock here at Champion Car Wash Field. If you're a former Doc and would like to play in that, you can find the link to sign up at our website, 541radio.com. We posted it there. It'll take you. You just add your name to the list and then show up on Friday at 7. 0-1 pitch to Corba is high. 1-1 count. It'd be great to see a lot of faces there. We won't be broadcasting the alumni game, just so you know, but might come out to check out some of that on Friday night. The 1-1. Corba takes low from Lewis. 2 balls and a strike. But it's always fun, cool to see some familiar faces, some guys from years past. A 2-1 pitch here for Lewis. Breaking ball high and away, able to lay off. Corba takes outside. Shadows now covering most of the infield, but it's still making life a little difficult on the right side of the diamond, out in right field and at first base. 3-1, Corba takes a strike. Lewis gets a call on the corner with 2 outs. It's a full count pitch coming. At third base is Quinn Gaylor. 3-2 pitch. And fought it off, staying alive. Corba will have a look at another one coming. A 3-2 count working out of the stretch. The right-hander Jake Lewis on the mound delivers. Corba fights off another one. This battle will continue. At least pitch number 8 coming up in this at-bat here. Lewis again, the 3-2. This time well outside. It goes to the backstop. And at third base, Mason Young does not try to score. He stays, that's Quinn Gaylor. He stays at third base. I wasn't sure. I had the same kind of thought. I wasn't sure if that ball was going to ricochet off the backstop and give a favorable bounce for Brady Patterson, the catcher, to be able to make a play at home plate if Gaylor tried to score. So Quinn stays at third. Corba goes down to first. Just the second walk issued by Lewis. Danner Wirtz, foul tip into the glove for strike one. Danner struck out in the second inning. The 0-1 pitch from Lewis. Danner will take above the zone, 1-1. Lewis trying to get through this third inning. Runner takes off, throw down to second base, and they are going to get Corba out at second to finish off the inning. So Danner will be left at the plate. He'll get a new at-bat as we go to the fourth, but the Doc Stewart's unable to get more than just one run here in the third inning, but they do get on the board. 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors, and 1 runner left on base. 5-1 the score. Docs trail by 4 as we head to the top of the fourth inning on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Everest, K2, and now the Mountain by Mountain Mike's Pizza. The biggest pizza this side of the Rockies. The mountain-sized pizza is a massive 20 inches wide, delivering 20 slices and a mountain of toppings. Made with the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. It's time to go big. Order yours now by using our mobile app.
Docs will make a pitching change as we go to the fourth inning. Tegan Sprague will take over. Wade Molitor goes 3 innings and gives up the 5 runs. We'll have more on his line here coming up. So Tegan Sprague takes over. He moves from second base to the mound. They bring in Hayden Thompson from right field to take over at second base defensively. And Easton Bachmeyer enters the game in Molitor's spot and will take over defensively in right field. So the new man will face Mason Snopel at the plate. Tegan will get a swing and a foul tip into the glove for strike 1. Snopel a double in his first at-bat. Struck out looking against Wade Molitor in his second. Sprague on the mound, the 0-1. Missing low and outside, a 1-1 count. Sprague with the 1-1 delivery. In for a strike. Watching it go by at the knees, Snopel, a 1-2 count. Starting things off here in the top of the fourth with Medford leading 5-1. Sprague with the 1-2 pitch. Gets into his windup. Ground ball towards short. Paxton Burke in motion. Gets it across to Danner Wirtz. 1 away. Sun starting to get behind trees, the hills, making life a little bit easier over on the right side of the diamond now for the first baseman and right fielder. Not getting quite as much a face full of sun on balls that are out over that direction. 1 away, Easton Douglas, the DH, swinging away, fouls off the first pitch. So Wade Molitor in the start goes 3 innings, allows 5 runs on 6 hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 2 hit batters. Tegan Sprague taking over here. The 0-1 catches the outside corner to the left-handed hitting Douglas for strike 2. Tegan Sprague making his 5th appearance on the mound. Previously, all of his appearances on the mound have been starts as a ball lifted out towards right center will get down. Bachmeyer will cut it off, try to get it back in quickly, and his throw back in is offline. So in with a double is Easton Douglas. His first hit in the game. It's a double for Douglas with 1 out here in the fourth.
Number 18, Sean McFall.
7th hit in the game for the Mustangs. Sean McFall, the cleanup batter. 2 for 2 in this one with a pair of singles. Scored twice and has an RBI. 5-1 lead. Looking more at Tegan Sprague. He's thrown 16 1/3 innings coming into this one. Again, he's made 4 appearances, all of them starts, so it's his first time out of the bullpen. Has a 2-1 win-loss record, a 4.29 ERA, 13 strikeouts, 9 walks so far this summer for the Docs. Brief visit out to the mound for Mason Young to talk with Tegan. Sean McFall at the plate. 2 for 2 in the game. Sprague's first pitch, high and inside for ball 1. Here in the top of the 4th inning, midway point of this ball game. The 1-0. Breaking ball drops in just above the belt buckle on the inside corner for a called strike. Tonight's game brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza at the corner of Bellows and Harvard in Roseburg. Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be. If you're getting a bit peckish, maybe now's the time to reach out to Mountain Mike's. 1-1 count. Sprague delivers. Reaching low and poking it out of play. Strike 2 there for McFall. The Lights are starting to flicker on here at Champion Car Wash Field. Will start to help illuminate the ball field as the shadows start to take over and the sun starts to set behind the Callahans. The 1-2. That ball lifted right field. Playable for Bachmeyer this time. At the line, he makes the catch. It was on the transfer out of the glove. He did drop the ball, and they are saying it was on the transfer that he dropped the ball. And so tagging and moving up to third goes Easton Douglas with 2 down. Man 90 feet from home for the Mustangs.
Next batter, number 27, Blake Petro.
Douglas out there, Bachmeyer out in right field, trying to get the ball out of the glove quickly to see if he could throw to third and maybe get Easton Douglas moving up 90 feet. And in the process, just mishandled it coming out of the glove. But he made the catch for the second out. Blake Petro will bat. He's 0 for 2 in this game. Reached on an error in the first inning. Takes low for ball 1. A lot of times the wind will start to die down as the evening wears on, but still blowing a bit out there. The American flag blowing across the diamond left to right. Off and on as a breaking ball hits the inside corner. Blake Petro trying to maybe lean his knees out there, see if that might just go off the hemline on his pants. Swings and misses at a breaking ball. And he's behind a ball and 2 strikes against Tegan Sprague. Sprague trying to hold Medford scoreless for the first time here in Game 2. Mustangs scored 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. They've got a runner at third base with 2 outs and a pitch just off the outside corner. 2-2 now for Petro. Tegan Sprague working out of the stretch with a runner at third. Shakes off a couple of signs from Mason Young. Agrees on that call. The 2-2. Breaking ball lifted in the air out towards left center on the run. Corba tracks it down in the alley and retires Petro to finish things off here in the top of the 4th. That ball hung in the air long enough for Christian Corba to get underneath it. And a double is wasted here in the 4th inning for the Mustangs. Docs will keep Medford off the board and keep this one a 4-run deficit. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Docs looking to rally and get things started. Trailing 5-1 here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Danner works.
Bottom of the 4th inning, Doc's trying to mount a rally. On the mound, Jake Lewis misses with his curveball inside. Ball 1 to Danner Wirtz. It'll be Wirtz, Sprague, and Thompson due up here in the 4th inning. Jake Lewis out for his 4th inning of work. Danner swings through for strike 1. Danner was left at the plate when Christian Corba was caught stealing to end things in the 3rd inning. 1-1 pitch. Lewis misses high. 2 balls and a strike. Tonight's game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Lewis winds and fires, misses upstairs. 3-1 count against Danner. We do have some This Day in Baseball history facts to tell you about here this evening. It's been a little while. 3-1. Wirtz takes ball 4. Some mixed emotions on that last pitch there by Lewis. Medford thinking that was going to be a strike to keep the at-bat going. Third walk in the game by Lewis. 2 of them in the third inning, 1 here in the fourth. And for the second consecutive inning, the Docs will have the leadoff man aboard. Danner takes a lead, has a hand up in front of his face to block the sun so that he can get a good read on Lewis on the mound. First pitch low and outside to Tegan Sprague. Sprague had a double to right field in the second inning. Both the runner and the first baseman having to block out the sun over there. Time called as out to the mound is going to go Brett Wolf. With a break in the action here, gives us a moment to tell you that on this day in baseball history, back in 1902, Danny Murphy, he was the new Philadelphia A's second baseman, just been acquired, but he didn't get to the ballpark. I mean, I don't even know when they acquired him. It might have been right as the game was getting started, but Danny Murphy, the new Philadelphia A's second baseman, didn't get to the ballpark until the second inning of the game. They didn't give him any batting practice. They didn't give him much of a warm-up. They threw him right into the game. He proceeds to go 6 for 6, and that included a grand slam against a guy you might know, a pitcher by the name of Cy Young. So no warm-ups, just got acquired, new team, throw him right into the game. He goes 6 for 6, including a grand slam against the legendary pitcher Cy Young. Philadelphia, as you might expect, hearing some of that, Philadelphia won that one in a rout. It was 22-9 back in 1902. A 1-0 pitch to Sprague is a breaking ball for a strike after the visit by Coach Brett Wolf out to the mound to talk with Jake Lewis. Light starting to have a bit of an effect on the playing field here as they have fired up. Pitch low to Sprague. 2 balls and a strike out at first base. Danner Wirtz after the leadoff walk. Jake Lewis with a 2-1 count against Tegan Sprague. Sprague check swing, and the ruling from the home plate umpire, he went around for strike 2. So Sprague with a 2-2 count. He knew that pitch was going to end up outside, a breaking ball spinning away from the hitter. But Sprague, too far committed, could not hold up. Two-two pitch here for Lewis. Strike 3 called. Watched it go by. Strikeout looking. Third punch out in the game for Jake Lewis. His first backwards K in the scorebook.
Batter number 14, Hayden Thompson.
One away, Hayden Thompson will bat. Thompson grounded out to second. His first time up. Thompson takes the pitch outside for a 1-0 count. How about this day in baseball history back in 1921? As Jake Lewis gets ready for his 1-0 pitch. Catches the zone on the inner half, 1-1. This is one that fans everywhere will applaud, probably the start of this tradition. In 1921, a rule put in place to allow fans to keep balls that were hit into the stands. A ground ball, third base side. It's a fair ball, and it's off the end of the glove for Sean McFall. That'll be a base hit for Hayden Thompson. That ball landed right behind the bag at third. McFall tried to glove it as he charged in, but he just knocked it down with the leather. Couldn't field it cleanly to try and make a play on it. Would have been a tough one to get across the diamond in time to get Thompson. So Hayden will have an infield single. Runners at first and second with 1 away as the Docs have their third hit in the ball game. Houston Bachmeyer will get a chance to bat for the first time. The first pitch here to Bachmeyer is elevated for a 1-0 count. So in 1921, a rule put in place that allowed fans to keep balls that were hit into the stands, but that was only in Pittsburgh. So it wasn't league-wide at that time, but obviously has grown into a quite the tradition at a ballpark. You always hope that you maybe get a chance to catch a foul ball and take home a souvenir from a baseball game. The 1-0 pitch from Lewis hits the outside corner. 1-1 here for Bachmeyer. Actually have a book from the notorious foul ball catcher. Zach Hampel, I think is his name, if I'm remembering correctly now off the top of my head, trying to remember that one. And he's kind of hated around the league because of his extreme efforts to try and get foul balls, but he has made it an art, that's for sure. I know I've read that book a little bit. It's kind of the history of the baseball and more about securing foul balls, I believe. I got a lot of baseball books at home that I've read maybe portions of. 3-1 count right now for Easton Bachmeyer as he's trying to help the Doc Stewarts rally back. They're trailing 5-1 with 1 out and runners at first and second. It's a 3-1 count to Easton Bachmeyer. Came in defensively when the Docs made a pitching change. He's batting in the 7th spot in the lineup for Wade Molitor. 3-1 from Lewis. Misses outside to load him up. Bases are full of Docs. And the catcher, Mason Young, will come up to bat. Before that, a visit out to the mound for the left side of the infield. Sean McFall and Morgan Austin head over there to talk to Jake Lewis. As mentioned, Lewis graduating from South Medford High School this year, headed off to Warner Pacific. Last year with the Mustangs, he had a 4-0 record with a 2.24 ERA. Also earned 2 saves. At South Medford this year, threw over 51 innings, had a 4-4 record with 1 save, 70 strikeouts, 28 walks. He's got the bases loaded behind him with 1 out, and he misses outside. Ball 1 to Mason Young, who drew a walk and scored a run in the 3rd inning. It was Bachmeyer that came in to run for him that scored. Bachmeyer now in the game himself, and he's running at first. Danner Wirtz is the runner at third. A 1-0. Mason takes a strike on a breaking ball that hits the outside corner. Wirtz at third, Thompson at second, Bachmeyer at first. The 1-1 coming for Mason Young. And time called before the delivery. Got a couple more this day in baseball history facts for you, but a big moment in the game here. We'll hold those for a little later. 1-1 pitch for Lewis. Breaking ball, dribbler towards third. It will go foul, and that's where Sean McFall will collect it. That'll be strike 2. Everyone return to your spots. We'll continue the at-bat here from Mason Young. RBI opportunity here for Young. Mason with 4 RBIs on the season. Looking for his first hit on the day. Did not have one in game 1. He is walked here in game 2. It's got a 1-2 count. Lewis delivers. Young swings, chases something out of the zone up top. 2 down. Second strikeout here in the 4th inning for Jake Lewis. His 4th in the ball game. 2 away, Quinn Gaylor. He sprayed a double down the third base left field side his last time up. That has Sean McFall playing about 4 feet off the third base line, back behind the bag. They also have Mason Snopel playing in left field. Breaking ball misses outside for Gaylor. Starts off with a 1-0 count. If Quinn could get around on one, there's a big gap out in right center for the lefty. The 1-0 pitch from Lewis. It's chopped up over the mound. Could be a tough play to make. The shortstop cannot handle it cleanly. Charging in, Morgan Austin had it, but knew he had to get the ball out quick lost the handle. That'll be an infield RBI single for Quinn Gaylor. The Docs have not necessarily hit anything overly hard here in the fourth inning, but they have manufactured a run. Danner Wirtz comes in to score. Docs back within 3, and the base is still loaded with 2 down. 2 for 2 in the game now for Quinn. Paxton looking to drive in another run. He had a sac fly in the third. He hits one down the left field side. If that stays fair, that's trouble. It will land fair and roll into the corner. 2 runs have scored. They're waving in a third run. Breaking for the plate. Gaylor will get in, standing up. The Docs tie it on a double by Paxton Burke. Paxton sprays one down the left field side into the corner and drives in 3. He clears the bases and ties this one up here in the fourth inning. The Docs are back in the ball game, coming to life here in the fourth, and they have knotted this one up at 5 each. And with 2 outs, they've got the go-ahead runner at second base and Logan Anderson coming up to hit. There's a meeting out on the mound from the entire infield except for the first baseman. Guess it was just the middle infielders and the catcher. Looked like everybody was out there. I've already made one mound visit here, so another one would be a pitching change. A 3-run double for Paxton Burke up to bat. Logan Anderson with the go-ahead run out at second base. Breaking ball for a strike at the top of the zone to Logan. That is the third double in this game for the Doc Stewarts. It's the third hit here in the fourth inning. Docs with 5 hits total. 0-1 to Anderson. Breaking ball outside. He lays off. Docs got 1 in the third inning. They put 4 on the scoreboard here in the fourth. They've tied it up 5-5. The entire field covered in shadows now with the lights coming on and starting to have an effect. Paxton Burke at second base. The pitch comes in high to Logan Anderson, a 2-1 count. I think Burke was looking to try and get a jump on that one, see if he could steal third. But he broke just a hair too early, and so he didn't fully commit to it. Smacked his hands out there thinking, it's based off the body language, it felt like he thought he missed a chance. The 2-1 from Lewis is popped up by Anderson out towards right field, where Grady Sickler will make the catch to retire the side. The Doc Stewarts will leave the go-ahead runner out at second base, but they send 8 hitters to the plate. They score 4 runs on 3 hits, and the Doc Stewarts will come back in this one to tie it up here in the fourth inning. We head to the top of the fifth on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Game 2 of our doubleheader here between the Docs and the Mustangs. Roseburg trying to get at least one against Medford here in today's doubleheader. And they have rallied back to make this a ball game. It's 5-5 as we start the fifth inning. First pitch, strike one from Tegan Sprague. Ground ball chopper, third base side. Logan Anderson fields and gets it across to Danner Wirtz to retire Morgan Austin to start things here in the fifth inning. See if that half inning sparks a little bit of momentum for the Doc Stewarts in this matchup. Morgan Austin was 1 for 2 with a pair of RBIs coming into that at-bat. Grounds out, 1 away. Coming up, Grady Sickler, 1 for 2 with a grounder up the middle his last time up. Takes inside a 1-0 count. Tonight's game brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Trying to go to the inside corner again for Tegan Sprague, who's come on in relief. This pitch misses, though, 2-0 count. Wade Molitor now will get an official no decision in this matchup, as the Docs will help him out, overcome the 5-run deficit. So Wade, a no decision in this one. It'll be decided by the Docs bullpen and maybe the bullpen for Medford. Nobody throwing right now, but they may have somebody already lined up. 1 out, a 3-0 pitch here for Grady Sickler. And that is ball 4. Sprague could not find the zone on that at-bat. First walk issued for Tegan Sprague, who entered the game in the 4th inning. He'll face Brady Patterson, the 8-hitter in the lineup card. The catcher, 0 for 2 in the game, reached on an error in his first at-bat back in the 2nd. A runner at first with 1 out, looking for a ground ball here. Feels like we've had a visitor to the ballpark. Mr. Skunk has let everybody know that he's a big fan of baseball. I've caught skunks here at the ballpark a couple of times, seen them from a distance. The pitch bounces off the plate for Sprague. Behind the plate, Mason Young knocks it down. 1-0 count for Patterson. Seen those guys waddling their way around a couple of times late after games are done here, so I'm not sure where this skunk decided to find a spot to hang out, but something must have spooked him, and we're all noticing it here at this point in time. As a pickoff throw to first. Not in time. First base camera waiting for the lights to have a little bit more of an effect here on tonight's game. A little dark over in that corner. 1-0 count. Sprague facing Patterson with a man at first, and 1 away. Just off the outside corner, and that is 6 straight that have missed the zone for Sprague. Great to have everybody with us tuning in, whether you're on the radio, listening on the score, or if you've joined us on the video stream here tonight. There's a 2-0 pitch from Sprague. Gets one over the plate for a strike. Reminder, you can watch Doc Stewart's Baseball online at 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button if you're on our YouTube channel. You can get notified when we go live with another broadcast of Doc Stewart's Baseball. 2-1 pitch, grounded foul down the third base side, 2-2. I do want to let you know that our player interviews, I updated a bunch of those here today as well. So if you've missed any of our player interviews, you want to go back and watch them or share them around with other folks that maybe didn't see it, those are available up online. Let me pull it up here so I remember all of the guys that we have posted already. 2-2 pitch for Sprague as he faces Patterson, picks off over to first. Nice job by Danner to knock that ball down and keep it from getting by. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, and a man at first. Sprague delivers, and that ball fouled off the front foot for Patterson. He'll walk it off. So taking a look at it here, we have uploaded the most recent ones. Logan Schwerk got uploaded today. Easton Bachmeyer, Tegan Sprague, Paxton Burke. All of those uploaded today. Wade Molitor was updated yesterday. Quinn Gaylor uploaded yesterday. And then we also have Logan Anderson, Reagan Soper, Mason Young, and Christian Corba. All of those have been loaded on our YouTube channel. They're 1490 The Score on YouTube. 2-2 count. Trying to get a second out here. Tegan Sprague delivers. Ground ball through the right side out towards right field for Patterson. The runner at first, Grady Sickler, will hold at second. First base hit in the game for Patterson. Runners at first and second.
Now batting number 13.
And we will get the courtesy runner for the catcher at first base. Ryan McFall will take over, as he did back in the second inning. Runners at first and second, one out. Tie ball game here, 5-5 in the top of the fifth. Medford threatening to try and grab the lead back. Keegan Painter, 1 for 1 in this game, was 3 for 3 in game one. He was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat and scored a run. Had a grounder through the left side his last time up. That was against Wade Molitor. He's facing Tegan Sprague for the first time as Sprague took over in the fourth inning. The last man to face off against Sprague for the first time is the on-deck hitter, Cade Pedersen. First pitch for Sprague, ground ball up the middle. It'll be fielded at second. Throw to first base by Thompson. He turns to himself. And the Doc Stewarts will keep this game tied with a double play. Thompson, in his first appearance at second base this season, gets that one up the middle, backhand, steps on the bag, throws to first, and gets the Docs out of the top of the fifth. We'll head to the bottom half of the fifth inning, tied at 5 here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
First batter for the
Docs with an opportunity to try and take the lead for the first time here in Game 2. They'll have Corba, Wirtz, and Sprague coming up here in the bottom of the fifth. The game tied at 5. Corba's first pitch, he fouls away for strike one as he faces Jake Lewis for a third time. Last time up, he took a walk back in the third, but was caught stealing to end that third inning. Today's game brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact the travel experts at Travel Leader, Flyaway Travel. Make sure you have an agent in your corner. Call 541-672-5701. Swing and a miss, strike two for Corba. The 0-2 pitch from Lewis, high for a 1-2 count. Jake coming back out to pitch here in this fifth inning, trying to regain his composure after giving up the 5-run lead. He misses high, 2-2 count for Christian. Two-two pitch, wind and fire, breaking ball, got him to swing and miss, strike three. Nice pitch there. The payoff pitch for the strikeout. That is number 5 on the night for Jake Lewis. One away, Danner Wirtz will come up to bat. He is 0 for 1 in the game, walked and scored in the fourth inning when the Docs would score 4 runs to tie this game up. Check swing, but he couldn't hold up. Strike one for Danner. Well, we go back to the year of 1921 on July 8th that year, as Danner will foul one away for strike two. This was the same year that they put that rule in place for foul balls in Pittsburgh. Back in 1921, Detroit right fielder. There's a pitch high. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Wirtz. Detroit right fielder Harry Heilman. I don't know if that name will ring a bell to anybody out there. He hit a home run. It was reportedly measured at 610 feet. I don't know what they were eating back then. 2-2 pitch from Lewis. Grounder up the middle, and Danner will have a base hit. A 1-out single up the middle. Just a bounding ball that Keegan Painter lays out for but cannot get to. Danner will have his first hit in the ball game. He's on base for a second time. Sixth hit in the game for the Docs. One on, one out. And Tegan Sprague, a strikeout victim in the fourth inning, will come up to bat again here in the fifth. He also had a double back in the second. So Harry Heilman hits a home run measured at 610 feet. Back in 1921, I'm curious how that process went. It's a ground ball chopper towards third. Charging in, McFall throws to second for one. Relay will not be made to first. They get the lead runner. And there's two away. Danner forced out at second. Two away, and Sprague on at first. Hayden Thompson.
Now batting number 14, Hayden Thompson.
Thompson, an infield single back in the fourth inning. We'll see if he can get something going with two outs for the Docs here in the bottom of the fifth. Lewis delivers. Thompson showing a bunt. Out at first base. If the throw had been there, Tegan Sprague was off the bag by a wide margin, having to hustle back. But the throw on the wrong side of the bag. No tag applied by Petro. Back in safely as Sprague. 1-0 count at the plate after showing a bunt was Hayden Thompson. 1-0 delivery. Squares the bunt again, and the pitch is low. 2-0 count. Well, if you like 600-foot home runs, which I don't even understand how that's possible, Neil Sheridan in 1953 also reportedly had a 600-foot home run. One of the longest home runs measured in baseball history. 2-0 pitch. Hit him. Grazing the forearm. And Hayden Thompson will head on down to first base. That'll be the first hit batter in the game for Jake Lewis.
Next batter, number 9, Easton Bachmeyer.
Our first one here in the game for Lewis. Runners at first and second. Easton Bachmeyer drew a walk his last time up. He'll bat here with 2 on and 2 away. Lewis delivers. Breaking ball elevated for a 1-0 count. Neil Sheridan in 1953, he was in the Pacific Coast League for the Sacramento Salons. He reportedly hit one that went 613.8 feet, but there were no witnesses to see where that ball actually landed. They did some reconnaissance to measure it. It's a swing and a miss. Strike one for Easton Bachmeyer. Surveying company came out and actually got an official measurement on it. A gentleman said that the ball actually landed and broke the back window of his car. So that's how they had a spot, but nobody knows if it truly did break the window or if it actually landed or if that's where that car was parked. So strike across for Bachmeyer. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 down and 2 on. So it's kind of unofficial, but they did officially measure where they said it came down, but there were no other witnesses to confirm the ball actually landed there. But 613 feet. 1-2 pitch to Bachmeyer. Swing and a miss, and Jake Lewis will get out of things here in the 5th inning, leaving 2 runners on base. Strikeout number 6 on the night for Jake Lewis, and he keeps this ball game tied 5-5 as we go to the 6th inning here on 541radio.com and on the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
We head to the top of the fifth inning. Docks and Medford locked in a tight one here. Cade Pedersen, the leadoff man, will stand in for the Mustangs. Lefty versus the right-hander Tegan Sprague, who whips in a first pitch strike one to start things here in the sixth inning. Pedersen facing Sprague for the first time. Takes outside, 1-1 count. He's the last man to see Sprague for the first time here tonight. The 1-1 swung on and missed by Pedersen. Sprague out in front in the at-bat. Tegan winds and fires and will miss low and inside to even things up. Tonight's game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Foul ball over the left side, out of play for Pedersen. Waiting on deck, Snopel. Douglas also due up here in this sixth inning for the Medford Mustangs. Looking to try and take 3 games from the Docks in league play. Pitch low, count goes full. There is the suspended game that did not get finished. Only 3 innings got in. Well, actually 2 and some change. It was the top of the third when the game was suspended. Ball 4, working his way to a walk, Cade Pedersen. Leadoff man aboard for the Mustangs here late in this ball game, tied at 5 for Sprague. That's his second walk allowed.
Batter's going to be number 32,
Mason Snopel coming up to bat, 1 for 3 with a double in this one. His second time up against Sprague. First time he grounded out to short. Runner at first with nobody out. Starting at the top of the order here for Medford. Squaring to bunt, Snopel takes. Throw down to first base. Quick tag down by Danner over there, but not in time to get the out. Pedersen back in just ahead. 1-0 count to start for Snopel. Nice snap throw down there to first by Mason Young. The 1-0 pitch. Got the bunt down, first base side, fielded by Sprague. He'll get it to Wirtz. Sacrifice bunt for Mason Snopel. 1 away. Pedersen up to second base.
12, Easton Douglas.
Brings up Easton Douglas, heart of the order coming up here for the Mustangs. Douglas had a double against Tegan Sprague in his first at-bat back in the 4th inning. His only hit in the game. He does have an RBI on a ground out in the first. Hits one in the air left side, not very deep. Going out is Burke. The shortstop will make the catch. That's a nice play there for the experienced Paxton Burke. Going out on a ball hitting the shallow outfield grass for the second out. He makes the catch off the bat of Easton Douglas. Quinn Gaylor out there in left field. It was going to be a long run for the left fielder, and I don't think that Gaylor read it quick enough to cover the ground to get there in time. So it's a good thing that Paxton Burke was able to. With 2 down, Sean McFall will bat. He is 2 for 3 on the day. 0 for 1 against Tegan Sprague. Tie ball game, 5-5 here in the top of the 6th. Game 2 of our doubleheader here tonight. Ground ball up the middle, gets into center field. Corba coming up with it. The runner going to the plate. The throw comes in, and scoring from second will be Cade Pedersen on the RBI single by Sean McFall. So McFall has his 3rd hit in the game, his 2nd RBI, and he gives Medford the lead back at 6-5. Still 2 outs with a man at first. Blake Petro will stand in, 0 for 3 in this one. So Docks will have to try to rally again in this ball game. Sprague, a big deep breath on the mound, delivers. Grounder towards short. Paxton Burke, a crossover to first base, gets it to Wirtz. Came 1 pitch too late. Blake Petro grounds out. to finish things in the 6th inning, but a run comes in for the Mustangs. 1 run on 1 hit. No errors for the Doc Stewarts. 1 man left on base. 6-5, Medford back in front, going to the bottom of the 6th here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
At Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community. Our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
We get a pitching change for the Medford Mustangs as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Medford leading 6-5. So Jake Lewis in position to get a win. This would be a save situation for Dom Daffrin, who will take over. The right-hander out of North Medford High School by way of Lynn Benton Community College. Graduated in 2025 at Lynn Benton. Pitched in 4 games, had a 1-0 record, 1 save, 9 1/3 innings, a 2.89 ERA, 9 strikeouts and 1 walks. A 1 walk this spring there with the Roadrunners. So Jake Lewis goes 5 innings in the start for the Mustangs. Exits with a lead. And now it'll be up to Daffrin to try and keep it that way. Mason Young, Quinn Gaylor, and Paxton Burke due up here in the 6th inning. First pitch is in for a strike to Mason Young. Mason is 0 for 1 in the game, a strikeout and a walk. He has, the courtesy runner scored a run for him as the catcher. Inside from Daffrin, 1-1 count. Dom Daffrin out of North Medford High School, so a very familiar name here in Southern Oregon. Last year with the Mustangs, had a 4.27 ERA, a 6-1 record. Breaking ball, right into the zone for strike 2. Out of the windup, the 1-2 to Young. High and inside, 2-2 count. American Legion Baseball here this evening on the Score. The 2-2. Misses the inside corner. Couldn't have been by much. Full count coming up here for Mason. Mason fouls up a pitch up and out of play. Daffrin going to the fastball, trying to buzz some high heat by Mason. He got just enough of it to stay alive. Daffrin back into the windup, 3-2 pitch, breaking ball, fouled away. It's Mason battling at the plate. Docs down to their final 6 outs in this one, trailing by 1. Lights starting to have an effect on the field here as we've hit nighttime. 3-2. Again, battled off by Young. Mason hanging in there to lead things off in the 6th inning against the new pitcher. Daffrin winds and fires. Breaking ball misses outside. Ball 4. Nice job by Mason Young to earn himself a walk. He heads on down to first base. We will get a courtesy runner for the pitcher. It's going to be Isaiah Blankenship.
Running at first base for the Docs, number 18.
Isaiah Blankenship takes over out there at first. Blankenship getting that call up from Pepsi to join the roster, helping provide some depth at the catcher position with the injuries there. Mason Young coming back today from injury to start at catcher in both games. Amos Bowers saw him walking around, significant limp as he's dealing with a knee injury. Braxton Gary and Isaiah Blankenship both brought up to help out, bring some depth to that position. Quinn Gaylor shows a bunt. The breaking ball gets away from the catcher, and up to second base will go Blankenship on the wild pitch. And the Docs have the game-tying run at second base. Gaylor with a 1-0 count. Lefty showing a bunt the first time. Stands back in, the 1-0 pitch coming. He is 2 for 2 in this ball game. Shows the bunt again. Charging in the first baseman. Pitch just above the belt buckle on the inside half, first strike. One count. Quinn Gaylor facing the new man on the mound, Dom Daffrin. With a man out at second, the 1-1 swung on and missed. Gaylor chasing some high heat. A 1-2 count. Running out at second base, Isaiah Blankenship. Daffrin delivers the 1-2. Gaylor fouls it away to the parking lot. Back into the box here for Quinn Gaylor. Big moment here for the Docs as they try to come back in this one. They were down 5-0, tied it up, but they trail 6-5. The 1-2 pitch inside. Gaylor backing out of the way, 2-2 count. Game tying run in scoring position with nobody out here in the bottom of the sixth. Daffrin's 2-2 pitch to the 9-hitter Gaylor. Takes outside, the count goes full. Docs being disciplined at the plate. Right now they've been seeing Daffrin pretty well. Mason Young battled his way to a walk to lead things off here in the bottom of the sixth. Quinn Gaylor now with the full count pitch coming from Daffrin. Fouls away the fastball to stay alive. Three balls, 2 strikes. Gaylor at the plate. Top of the order waiting on deck, Paxton Burke, who had the 3-run double that tied the game back in the 4th inning. The 3-2 pitch once again for Quinn Gaylor. Daffrin delivers high for ball 4. He's walked the top 2 batters, the first 2 batters here in this 6th inning. Gaylor on base for a second time, and up to bat will be Paxton Burke, and an opportunity to try and maybe tie this game, possibly do more with extra bases. Burke has already driven in 4 runs here in this one. Kind of feel like somebody's lighting off fireworks somewhere. Hopefully out in the parking lot, not in the grass field over on the one side. 2 runners on with nobody out. Paxton Burke at the plate. He takes high for ball 1. Jake Lewis pitched 5 innings. He's in line to possibly get a win here. Lewis gave up 5 runs on 6 hits with 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. A visit out to the mound here for pitching coach Brett Wolf. Coming up next for the Medford Mustangs, they will be at home on Friday. They'll be on the road in Redmond on Friday as they take on the Central Oregon SunWest Generals in a league doubleheader. That'll be the first 2 of 4 games against Central Oregon for Medford. They will finish it out on Monday with a doubleheader in Medford between the Generals and the Mustangs. And then the Docs take on Central Oregon on Wednesday next week. So that will, the Docs may very well know what they need to do going in, or they should know what they need to do going into that final doubleheader against Central Oregon based off of what happens in the series with Medford for the Generals. Up next for the Doc Stewarts, they've got a couple of well-deserved days off. Thursday and Friday will be no games for the Docs, although they will play in the alumni game on Friday. But then on Saturday, they'll take on the Hillsdale Merchants in a non-league doubleheader starting at 5 o'clock here at Champion Car Wash Field. Nobody out, 2 runners on. Top of the order, Paxton Burke at the plate with a 1-0 count. He squares to bunt. That'll bring in the first baseman, Petro. Now pulling it back, looking to swing away, and the pitch is outside. A 2-0 count for Paxton Burke. Dom Daffrin struggling to find the zone consistently here. There is activity in the bullpen for the Mustangs here in the 6th inning. 2-0 pitch. Grounded, third base side. It gets into left field. And that ball's going to roll slowly to left field. The throw coming to the plate. It's offline. Scoring to tie the game is the courtesy runner Blankenship. He comes in place of Mason Young on the base hit by Paxton Burke, who's got 2 in this game. He's now driven in 5, and we are tied at 6 with nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. That ball just a chopper over the third baseman's head into left field. That brings around the runner from second. An RBI single for Burke. Up to second base went Quinn Gaylor. Docs have runners at first and second with nobody out. Logan Anderson belts one in the air out towards left field on the run. That ball is tracked down. Tagging and heading for third will be Gaylor. Going up to second is Burke. He won't get credit for a sacrifice, but that does move the runners up on a ball well struck by Logan Anderson. Pretty hard hit, one of the hardest balls we've seen hit here today. There's one out, but the Doc Stewarts get both runners to move up 90 feet. They've got runners at second and third with one away, and up to bat will be Christian Corba, looking to try and see if he can give the Docs a lead for the first time here in Game 2. And they are going to intentionally walk Corba. With one out, they put him on base. Corba walks for a second time in the ballgame. He is 0 for 2 in this one. Bases are loaded with one out, and Danner Wirtz will come up to bat. He had a single in his last AB. At third base is Quinn Gaylor. Second base, Paxton Burke. Christian Corba at first. A lot of good speed out on the bases. Danner at the plate, trying to barrel one up. First pitch hit out towards right field. That ball is going to carry, and it'll get down and roll to the wall. Danner heading for second as 1 run scores. A second run will score. The Docs are sending Corba to the plate. The throw is in time. They will get Corba at home for the second out. It cuts down 1, but delivering a 2-run double is Danner Wirtz to give the Doc Stewarts an 8-6 lead here in the 6th inning. Danner got all of that one, goes opposite field to the alley. Out in right field, Grady Sickler did a good job getting that ball back to the relay man, and they get it to home just in the nick of time. 2 down. Docs have a runner out at second base. They lead it now 8-6 here in the 6th inning, as Gaylor and Burke both scored on that double, but out at home was Corba. First pitch low for Tegan Sprague. So 2 down, man out at second base. A 2-run double for Danner Wirtz. His second hit in the game. He's got 2 RBIs. Tegan Sprague steps out. He's got the 1-0 count. Sprague, double back in the second inning. Also reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th. Daffrin misses inside, a 2-0 count. Doc Stewart's rally back here. What a comeback. Now they've got to fight to hang on to it. They've scored twice, make that 3 times here in the 6th inning to tie it up and now take a 2-run lead. The 2-0 pitch here for Daffrin against Sprague. Tegan will stake a strike on the outside corner. Want to say thanks to our pregame show sponsor, Roseburg Disposal. Let them make the run of the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Our starting lineup sponsor is Southern Septic Service. Visit them at southernsepticserviceinc.com. And big thanks to Bowers Industrial, a proud supporter of our local community and youth sports. 2-1. Called strike 2 for Sprague to even things up with 2 down. We did not get a legal ID in when we were supposed to there. We'll try to do that when we get a moment. Tegan Sprague at the plate, a 2-2 count. Time called before the next pitch for Daffrin. Docs with the comeback, 1 run in the third, 4 in the fourth, and they score 3 here in the sixth. They lead it 8-6 against Medford, who scored 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and 1 in the sixth. 2-2 count, 2 down with the man, Danner Wirtz, out at second base after his 2-run double. How's that for Deuces Wild for you? At the plate, Tegan Sprague waits on the pitch here from Daffrin. He comes set and readies to deliver. Breaking ball, a soft liner knocked down at short, racing down the line. No play to be made at first, and Sprague is on. Up to third goes Wirtz. Out at shortstop, Morgan Austin got caught in between. He didn't know whether to charge and try to catch that ball in the air or to play it off the one hop. He ends up charging and tries to make a play on it. Short hop knocks it down on the infield, but by the time he gets back to it, cannot make the play to first. Sprague goes to first. Wirtz goes to third. Docs have 2 runners on the corners with 2 down, and Hayden Thompson will bat.
Hayden Thompson.
Thompson's been productive at the plate here today. A single and a run scored in the fourth, was hit by a pitch in the fifth. This will be his first time facing Daffrin, who came in relief here in the 6th inning. First pitch fouled back off the hands for strike 1. Oh, 1 count with 2 down and 2 on. Docs looking to try and get as many as they can to stretch this lead out. The 0-1, that ball out in the air towards right center. Looking like he's got a read on it. Pedersen will track it down to finish things off. Before we go to the break, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on the Score. Docs lead it 8-6. They're 3 outs away. They will come back out in the top of the 7th to try and finish it off against Medford on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Top of the 7th inning, it's an 8-6 lead for the Docs. Medford trying to rally back after giving up the lead there in the 6th inning. The first pitch, ball 1 to Morgan Austin. Out on the mound, Tegan Sprague continues to pitch. He'll miss high and inside, a 2-0 count. Well, not a lot of room for error here for the Doc Stewarts. Got to be sharp here in the 7th inning, and Sprague will get a strike across on the 2-0 pitch. Hits the outside corner at the knees. For Medford, it's the 5, 6, and 7 hitters coming up here in the 7th inning. Sorry, make that the 6, 7, and 8. There's a pitch low and outside, 3-1 count. Morgan Austin 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs here tonight in the second game of the doubleheader. 3-1. And it misses to put the runner on. Game-tying run will come to the plate. So man at first base. Third walk in the game for Sprague. It'll bring up Grady Sickler, who is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. That walk came against Tegan Sprague. Runner at first with nobody out. Does Medford go to small ball here in the 7th, down by 2? First pitch, no. Runner going as the ball gets away from Young. Throw to second base, and it's not on target. Nice job by Paxton Berg to keep that ball from getting any further away. Nice job by Young to keep it in front of him. Gave himself a chance, but that ball gets away enough. And up to second base goes Morgan Austin on the wild pitch. Both Burke and Anderson go to the mound to talk with Tegan Sprague. Out there is Mason Young as well. So the Mustangs get a runner into scoring position. They're trailing by 2. Grady Sickler looking to see if he can at least find a way to get Morgan Austin 90 feet closer to home. 1-0 pitch here for Sprague. Delivers a strike across at the knees on the inner half. Stick around in the postgame show. We'll name your champion car wash player of the game for the Doc Stewarts here in Game 2. 1-1 pitch. That ball in the air down the right field side. Trailing foul. That ball got out there a ways. Was short of getting to the fence, but if it had stayed fair, it might have had a chance to bounce over the fence or at least up against the fence. Would have been extra bases, but it just tailed into foul territory for strike 2. So back at the plate, Grady Sickler with the 1-ball, 2-strike count. Sprague will approach the mound. Out at second base, Morgan Austin. A 1-2. Outside, Austin will hold at second as Mason Young does a great job of staying in front of that ball. Evens things up with a 2-2 count. Top of the 7th, Game 2. Long day here at the ballpark. Game 2, Doc's trying to make it pay off. The 1-2 from Sprague. Ground ball chopper left side. It'll be cut off by Logan Anderson. Throw to first will not be in time. On safely is the game-tying run. Grady Sickler to first. High bounding ball on the infield. Logan Anderson cut it off in front of Paxton Burke. And Anderson, surprised he had a chance at making a play on that one, but his throw crossed the diamond just a hair late. They bring in a runner, pinch runner at first base for Grady Sickler. That is going to be Mason DeVry that is running at first. 2 runners on base with nobody out. Brady Patterson is up to bat, the lefty. Will take high and away. So Medford, never a team that goes down quietly. The Mustangs needing 2 to keep the game going. 1-0 pitch from Sprague is high and away as Patterson was showing a bunt. Mason Young got to that baseball, but I think initially he thought he had not gotten the glove up there in time. And we're going to get time called. We've got A.J. Doolittle, pitching coach for the Doc Stewarts, heading out to the mound for a conversation. That brings in the entire Medford, not the entire team, but you've got the 2 runners on base, the batter, coaches, and like the next 3 guys up to bat, all meeting down the first base side as the Docs will have a mound visit here for Tegan Sprague. Nobody out. Brady Patterson at the plate with a 2-0 count. Out at second base, Morgan Austin. At first base, they brought in Mason DeVry to run for Grady Sickler. Both conferences break up, and we are back to action here as everyone returns to their place on the diamond. 8-6 our score, a 2-0 count for Patterson. Tegan Sprague trying to regain his form here. Patterson standing tall at the plate, and a look back to second base for Tegan Sprague, but no throw. Creeping in at third base was Logan Anderson, expecting that Patterson may be looking to put down a bunt. Sprague. 2-0 pitch. Patterson bunts it in the air. It is foul, and it will land for strike one. Brady trying to put down that bunt to see if he can move runners up and get himself on base as well. Popped it up, but too far out of reach for anybody to make a play on. But it is the first strike in the at-bat. 2 balls and a strike for Patterson. Runners at first and second with nobody out. Sprague sets and fires, looking to bunt again. It goes back to the mound. Field, throw to first base in time. At first base, Sprague just gets it there in the nick of time. He thought about trying to go to third first, and instead does make the throw to first base, a sac bunt for Patterson, but just in the nick of time. But he does get it there. Covering the bag was the second baseman, Thompson. Both runners move up 90 feet.
Batting number 13, Keegan Painter.
So the game-tying run with 1 out is in scoring position. Keegan Painter at the plate. Takes the first pitch for a strike. At third base, Morgan Austin. Second base, Mason DeVry. 0-1 count for Painter. The 9-hitter has been a tough out throughout this doubleheader today. Takes a pitch off the turf for 1-1 count. Mason Young's going to earn himself an ice bath after this one's done here today. Already dealing with injury issues. And he has been beat up throughout this one, but he has given up the body to make sure the ball does not get by in this big situation here. Top of the 7th. Docs need 2 more outs to secure a win. They lead at 8-6. The 1-1 from Sprague. Swung on and missed by Painter for strike 2. You've got Tegan and Keegan. I'm not sure which the fans are rooting for as they holler from the stands. A 1-2 count. Keegan Painter steps back in, the right-handed batter with the game-tying run at second. At third base, a runner as well. Time called by Painter as Sprague was looking into the glove, trying to get the signal from the catcher, Mason Young. The 1-2 count. Sprague sets up, delivers. That ball poked foul out of play over the first base side. The at-bat will continue. One ball, 2 strikes. Docs rally back from a 5-0 deficit, lead this one, but it's teetering on the edge at the moment. The 1-2 pitch from Sprague. Check swing, did he go around? The appeal? No, he did not. 2-2 count. Everybody living on every pitch in this ball game here. The longtime rivals, Medford and Roseburg, squaring off here in a league matchup. Game 2 of a doubleheader. Medford has taken 2 against the Docs in league play. Docs right now fighting for the final spot out of their league for the playoffs. And a win would be helpful, that's for sure. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 3 He'll get Painter. First strikeout in the game for Painter. His first strikeout on the night. For Tegan Sprague, that's also his first punch out. There's 2 away. And the Doc Stewarts need one more with the top of the order for the Mustangs coming up to bat. They're going to walk Cade Pedersen to load him up. We'll see if that works out in their favor. It's always a bit of a crapshoot. Mason Snopel will come up to bat. Bases are loaded. The runner that matters is the runner out at second. If he came around to score, that would mean we'd have a tie game. Mason Snopel, after the intentional walk to load him up with 2 outs, stands in to bat for Medford. He is 1 for 3 with a sac bunt his last time up. He takes the first pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Oh, 1 count with 2 down. Here in Roseburg at Champion Car Wash Field, Doc's trying to get a win in the final game of a doubleheader. The 0-1 bounces, and using the chest protector, Mason Young keeps that ball in front of him with the runners at every base. That's a big one there. It's the final game, 10 games in an 8-day stretch for the Doc Stewarts here, and this is the final of those 10 games. They're trying to finish it off with a big victory over the Mustangs. A 1-1 pitch for Sprague with the bases loaded and 2 down in the top of the 7th. Ball is fouled back for strike 2. Mason Snopel down to his final strike, trying to keep the Mustangs in this one. The 1-2 pitch coming up for Tegan Sprague, trying to get the Docs a victory here. Sprague will set. His 1-2 pitch to Snopel. Breaking ball, chopped right side. It'll go to Thompson. Get it to first in time. No, and 1 run scores. A 2nd run coming to the plate. The throw tagged by Young. He's out at home. They get the final out at the plate, and the Docs will hang on for the victory. They tried to send a 2nd runner to the plate. Danner Wirtz able to get it home in the nick of time, and the Doc Stewarts will celebrate a win here in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Thrown out at home is Mason DeVry. Nice job by Mason Young. He gets the tag down, secures the baseball, and this one is over. Doc Stewarts win it 8-7 on top of the Medford Mustangs. Heck of a ball game here tonight, folks. The Doc Stewarts, a resilient group, will battle their way back from a 5-0 deficit, and they win it against Medford here in Game 2. That helps just a bit to keep their hopes of the postseason alive, with 2 more league games left to go against the Central Oregon Sunwest Generals, and maybe 1 final game against Medford still left to make up that was suspended in the top of the 3rd, with the Docs leading 1-0. Our score here in Game 2, 8-7. Let's get a 3-minute break in. We'll put together our final thoughts on this one. We come back with plenty, as we will have the numbers from this one and name our Champion Car Wash Player of the Game when we return here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking to expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
At Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its third generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Oh, what a ball game here tonight. The final play of the ball game is at home plate. If you're watching online at 541radio.com, it was a wild one. Here it was again for you. If you are watching, it was a ground ball to second base, bounding ball that Hayden Thompson fielded, tried to get to first. It was just a hair late. 1 run scored. They tried to score the second run to win it. Danner Wirtz at first had dropped the ball. He bobbled it around, got it in time to get it home. Mason Young secures the baseball and applies the tag on Mason DeVry, the pinch runner trying to score. And the Doc Stewarts were able to get that final out at home and secure the victory here tonight. What a ball game that was. And the Docs will end a 7-game winning streak for Medford. Snapping that, Medford goes to 3-4 in league play. Docs are now 3-6 in Area 4 league action. They are now 14-10 on the season. Medford 16-8. That third win in league play really helps the Docs be able to kind of build a little bit of a cushion with 2 league games left to go. It's going to be kind of tight, but for the Central Oregon Sunwest Generals, with that win by Roseburg, the Generals are going to have to win at least 1 against Medford coming up in those 4 games. They get started on Friday and wrap it up with a doubleheader on Monday, and then they would have to get at least 1 against Medford, and then they would probably need to get at least 2 against Roseburg, or they could get multiple against Medford and then maybe take 1 against Roseburg. And I mean, there's a lot of scenarios in there, but that does help work the scenario and the math in Roseburg's favor for earning the final spot out of Area 4 to get into the state tournament coming up in Medford at the end of the month. Now, Medford gets in automatically as the host team, so they're not too worried about their wins and losses here in league, but what they are wanting to do is trying to play some of their best ball here at the end of the month. And here tonight, the Doc Stewarts were able to get them late in this ball game and secure the victory. 8-7 again, the final score is looking at the numbers. 7 runs on 11 hits, no errors, and 10 men left on base for the Doc Stewarts. For the Medford Mustangs. 8 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors, and 7 men left on base for the Docs. Medford built a 5-0 lead with 3 runs in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. They led 5-0 before the Docs got 1 across in the bottom of the third, made it 5-1. Docs tied it up in the 4th inning. It was a 3-run double by Paxton Burke that tied this one up. Then Medford would grab a lead 6-5 in the top of the 6th inning. They'd score 1 run there, but the Docs would get 3 runs back in the bottom of the 6th inning, building an 8-6 advantage. Medford got 1 back in the top of the 7th, but the game-tying run thrown out at home plate to finish out the ball game. What a way to go. And nice to see the Docs picking up a big victory here tonight. Hopefully something they can continue to build off of. They had a walk-off loss against Medford down there earlier in the season in the first league game of the year for the Docs. And now they return the favor just a bit here at home against the Mustangs tonight. Taking a look at the pitching decision, Tegan Sprague gets the win. He goes to 3-1 on the year. He came in the 4th inning for Wade Molitor. The starter went 3 innings. Wade gave up 5 runs on 6 hits with 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and 2 hit batters. Tegan Sprague came in, pitched 4 innings, allowed 2 runs on 5 hits, 4 walks. He had 1 strikeout and did not hit anybody. On the other side, taking the loss will be Dom Daffrin out of the bullpen. He pitched the 6th inning, gave up 3 runs on 3 hits over the 1 inning of work. 3 walks, no strikeouts. He takes the loss for Medford. Jake Lewis started the game, gave up 5 runs on 6 hits over 5 innings with 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. Taking a look at offensive numbers for Medford in this one. Cade Pedersen was walked 3 times. He drew 2 walks and then an intentional walk. Also got hit by a pitch. He finishes officially 0 for 1 with 2 runs scored. Mason Snopel was 2 for 4 in this game. He had a double and then an RBI single in the 7th. We're going to credit him with a single on the ball hit to Hayden Thompson at second base. It was just a long, bounding ball on the right side that Thompson did everything he could to make the play on. It wasn't like he didn't make the play. It just was a ball that took a while to get there and not an easy one to make a play on. So an RBI single for Snopel, but then the final out made at home. So Snopel was 2 for 4 with a sac bunt in there as well. Easton Douglas goes 1 for 4 in the game with a double, also had an RBI ground out. Sean McFall was 3 for 4 in the game with 2 RBI singles and 2 runs scored. Blake Petro was 0 for 4, reached on a drop fly ball. Morgan Austin was 1 for 3 with 2 RBI in this one, plus a walk and a run scored. Grady Sickler was 2 for 3 in the game with 2 singles and a walk. Brady Patterson ended up going 1 for 3 in this one. Reached on an error, had a single, also had a sac bunt. Keegan Painter in Game 2 goes 1 for 3 with a single, was hit by a pitch and scored a run. On the other side for the Doc Stewarts, Paxton Burke, after going hitless in Game 1, was 2 for 3 here in Game 2, drove in a total of 5 runs, had a 3-run double and a RBI single in the 6th. Logan Anderson, 0 for 4 in this one, tough one for him here today. Christian Corba goes 0 for 2 with 2 walks. Danner Wirtz was 2 for 3 in this game with a single, a 2-run double, and a walk and a run scored. Tegan Sprague goes 2 for 4 in the game with a double and a single, reached base 3 times. Hayden Thompson was 1 for 3 with an infield single, a run scored, also got hit by a pitch. Wade Molitor 0 for 1. Easton Bachmeyer came in a spot, was 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Mason Young walked twice and scored twice. Quinn Gaylor also had a 2 for 2 day in the 9 spot. He drove in a run, scored twice, had a double in this one. A lot of good stuff there for the Doc Stewarts as they pick up a win in Game 2, and they snap Medford's 7-game winning streak. They get a little bit of insurance in this season, trying to secure that final spot in the AAA state tournament at the end of the month. Big win there. And thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in and joining us. Before we sign off, it's time to name our Champion Car Wash Player of the Game. Make your car or truck shine like tonight's Player of the Game. Visit Champion Car Wash, where you can sparkle without the splurge. Celebrating 30 years in Roseburg, it's Champion Car Wash. And tonight's Player of the Game, boy, I got a couple of guys I was thinking. Paxton Burke definitely deserves the award, but the catcher, Mason Young, makes the final out. Not an easy play to do it. Knowing you got the runner barreling in on you, you got to secure it with a catcher's glove. He gets 2 hands on it and makes the tag for the final out. Mason Young is going to be your player of the game for that final out there at the end of the ball game. Honorable mention to Paxton Burke in there, driving in 5 runs, including a critical 3-run double that tied the game up in the 4th inning. But the final out, big play at home, Mason Young is your Champion Car Wash player of the game. And that's going to do it for us here tonight, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in and joining us for tonight's broadcast of Doc Stewart's Baseball on the Score. Hope you'll tune in as the Doc Stewarts take on the Hillsdale Merchants coming up on Saturday. It'll be a non-league doubleheader starting at 5 o'clock here at Champion Car Wash Field. We'll have coverage starting at 4:45 for you if you want to tune in and join us on the radio or watch the broadcast online. I want to say thanks to the Medford Mustangs for a great day of baseball. Very competitive out there from both sides and good sportsmanship all around. I want to say thanks to Executive Director Jake Whistler of the Douglas County Baseball Association, Head Coach Cody Walton, and the entire Docs baseball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Doc Stewart's Baseball here on The Score. I want to say thanks to Dale Cranford back in the studio for the radio production, and as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keeran. We'll be back on the airwaves with you coming up on Saturday night as the Doc Stewarts take on the Hillsdale Merchants for a non-league doubleheader. First pitch at 5 o'clock. We'll have coverage starting at 4:45. You can watch the game streaming online at 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel, or you can find the action right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3